This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
If you kind of look deeper at the situation, you know, which I'm sure you will, because everything that we go through is an experience that we learn from.
And Justin Burke.
I come right in. I'm very sneaky about it. You'll be talking to someone, and I'll just come in and sit at my desk and just bust one out real quick.
It is the 24th of January 2024. My name is Corey Winfield, and joining me in the studio, Justin Burke.
Fabulous.
All right. It's the 217 Recovery Podcast. Appreciate you listening. In this podcast, we talk about recovery. We talk about our lives in recovery and just about having fun in recovery.
That's what it's all about.
Which I haven't seen you in about 20 years, it seems like, because you've been gone. You had the weekend, then you took a Monday and Tuesday off to go see a concert.
I sure did.
Because this is how we have fun in recovery.
Right.
And you love going to concerts. And you went to see Disturbed and
Falling
Creed.
in Reverse.
Falling in Reverse.
And a band called Plush.
And they were in Grand Rapids at the Van Andel.
Yep.
Okay, so huge place.
Yeah, lots of stairs.
Oh.
If you're in the up balcony.
Oh, is that where you were?
Yeah.
Was it as bad as our Aliens tickets?
Worse.
Ooh. I don't know. Like we had the last seats in the house at the Kalamazoo State Theater.
Well, we were equally as far up, but there was more stairs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
like there was two flights to get up.
It.
Then there was another flight and a half to get to the upper portion, the bottom of the upper portion deck. Then it was like another flight up. I don't know. It's like 5 flights, maybe 6 stairs.
And
a lot of steps.
What time did the doors open?
They said 5, but they didn't open up till like 5:30.
Damn. What time was there a line to get in?
Oh, there was. I cheated that line.
How?
So after I parked the car in the parking garage, about 4:50, we rode the elevator down, went outside. There's a long line to the left, and then there's a short line to the right. So we're going to the right side. So took the lesser of two evils, and then they came out, I don't know, at 5 o'clock and said, each door, you can line up at each door. So we were like 5th and 6th from getting in the building. So we didn't have to wait long.
Okay.
I felt bad for the people that chose the left way around the arena. They had to wait a while.
Meh. So you didn't really cheat the line. You didn't cheat the system or anything like that. You just...
Well, technically, yeah, because I should have took the left line. But instead, I took the new line that was forming around the other side of the building.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just want to get in.
Smart.
Yeah. And is similar thing happened at the Kalamazoo State Theater. We walk up and there's like a line around the whole side of it. And we're just like, we're not waiting in that line. And it turns out that if you wanted to buy alcohol, you had to wait in that line.
Right.
Because you need to get carded and this and that. But people were just doing what people do, seeing the guy in front of them stand in line. So I'm just going to stand in line too. And we were like, quickly noticed that, no, we're not waiting in that line. We just walked right in, you know, because it's like, that's stupid.
Right.
So that's just what you got to do sometimes. You know, don't go with the herd.
Right.
You know, you just got to like, no, I'm going to go this way. We'll do this. So you get in pretty early, and the show starts at what time?
6:30.
6:30 is when the music
Yep.
kicks off, and that's when your ears gasms start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, getting excited. You get excited. Yeah.
Great feeling.
Did you have any people sitting next to you?
Yeah, there was pretty crowded.
So you had people in front of you?
Yep.
People to the right of you?
Yep.
People to the left of you?
Yep.
Were they cool?
Yeah.
Did you talk to them? Be like, hi, I'm Justin.
The people to the left of me stunk.
Oh, like body odor?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Did they look hippified?
No, just kind of skeezy.
Whoa. What does a skeezy person look like in your world, Justin?
Dirty clothes, not washed.
I watered all of the plants.
Do they water
All of
plants, do you think?
Probably. They seemed like that type
So
of
the
people.
plant waterers were sitting next to you and they stunk.
Yep.
Now, were they immediately to your left or was your
Yeah.
friend?
They were sitting right next to me.
So
to my left.
your girlfriend was on the right
Yep.
and you sat next to Stink. And then, or the water plant people. And so what about to the right of her?
They were some cool people. Their mom came with, I believe it was their mom, an elderly woman.
Elderly, like 50, 40?
More like, I think like 70.
Whoa, okay.
She had a hard time getting up all the stairs.
Hmm.
She left after falling in reverse. She didn't stay for Disturbed.
Mm.
So, I don't know. Her kids seemed all right.
So if she's 70, her
Lunch.
kids are 60, 40, 40.
Probably about your age.
Okay. And they're like, we're going to take mom to Disturbed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take my mom to Disturbed. And my mom, she loves going to concerts. She likes this country guy. I don't even remember his name. But she loves him. She'd go see him for sure. But the mom obviously wanted to see Falling in Reverse and then left the
Right.
older children there, which were old enough to buy their own tickets and go on their own. Not sure why they would take their mother, but you didn't talk to them about that? You're like, why'd you
No.
bring your mom, bro?
No, I didn't.
Huh.
I kind of left it alone.
Okay.
And then there's this funny guy that sat down in front of us. He was pretty comical.
This comedian,
Yeah.
does he have jokes?
He did.
What was he saying?
Just all kinds of random off the wall stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. Just cracking jokes at people. And then I asked him how many intoxicated people do you think are going to fall up these stairs? He said at least a good half dozen. 5. I
okay.
counted.
So almost a half dozen.
Yeah. It was funny.
Huh.
I laughed.
That's too bad that those
Yeah.
people had that experience. But so, okay, so dude in front of you is comedian, lady to the right, or the people to the right, they're with their mom, and
Yep.
you had the stinky people who water plants to your left.
Yeah.
And who was behind you?
A woman and her husband, and they brought like 3 or 4 kids.
Like, how old again?
The parents?
Yeah, how old were the...
Oh, probably early 30s.
Okay, so their kids were 5?
Yeah. 5, 7, 8.
Oh, wow. Were they passing
Somewhere
weed
around-
around?
No,
No, nobody was passing weed around.
no.
Okay, good. Because the kids didn't need to see that.
Right.
All right, so you got family behind you, family to the right, stinky people to the left, comedian in front of you,
Yeah.
and then 6:30, you hear
Yep.
that, and you're like, yeah.
It was awesome.
And who took the stage?
Plush.
Plush.
Took the stage first.
Now, is that a tribute to the Stone Temple Pilots?
No. It's
No.
an all-female heavy metal rock band.
Did they say why they call their name Plush, or whether no, they were just like, we're Plush.
Yep.
Did they say where they're from?
No.
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 Did they do any talking to the crowd, or were they just out
Not
there
really.
playing? No.
They just played back to back to back. They
You think they were nervous?
I wouldn't say nervous. They're just kind of pretty much straightforward opening act, you know.
You just go
Play
out
their
there and
music.
play like 6 songs and get off stage.
Yeah.
See,
They
I-
played a cover of Barracuda.
Barracuda.
Yeah.
Dun,
That
dun,
was
dun,
nice.
dun, 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 dun. See, I was told that the opening acts aren't supposed to like get the crowd riled up. You're not supposed to talk to them because that really, I know there was some bands like Van Halen, I guess it would really piss them off if the opening act would come out and people would be like, yeah, it pissed them off.
Really?
Yeah. That's the word on the street anyway, at least the word on the website that I used to read. Yeah.
I guess I could see
I think it
that.
was songfacts.com or something like that. But yeah. I think there's bandfacts.com too or something like that. Artistfacts.com. Anyway, that's here nor there. So Plush takes the stage. They rock it. You're like, all right, that was pretty cool.
Yep.
And then you wait around 15, 20 minutes
Fall in reverse took the stage.
and falling in reverse or fall in reverse?
Falling in reverse.
Falling in reverse. So if
Yeah.
you were to fall backwards, that's falling backwards. But this is falling in reverse.
Right.
Not even sure what that means.
Pretty much falling backwards. Just fancy.
Maybe that band name was taken. They're like,
Maybe.
we'll just call it Falling in Reverse.
Yeah.
And they didn't describe or talk about their band name or how they got that.
No.
Did they talk to the crowd much?
Yeah.
Like, hey, my name's Bill and I'm with Falling in Reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did he say after he said his name was Bill?
They started playing.
My name's Bill. Welcome to the show. This is Falling in Reverse. Or we're falling in reverse. And then they just rocked it. Did they talk about where they were from?
No.
Do you know where they're from?
No, I don't.
Where would you guess they were from?
I don't know.
Well, that's not a guess. I need a guess. Like, if you had to guess, where is Falling in Reverse from?
East Coast?
Okay, well, East Coast doesn't really cut it for me. Because I want, like, a state.
A state?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm not really for sure.
Well, actually, if you want to go back to their band name, it originally was From Behind These Walls. Hey, everybody. My name is... I'm still looking for it. My name's Ronnie. And this is From Behind These Walls. Of course, he wouldn't talk like that because he's not from England.
No.
And I don't know how people talk where he's from. But, Ronnie, the lead singer, was he pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he formed the band in 2008.
Okay. I was going to say they've been around for a while.
Yeah, the band met, or they were incarcerated.
Really?
Yeah, so going to jail, not a bad thing sometimes. That's why they were going to call themselves From Behind These Walls. And then it was quickly renamed Falling in Reverse because somebody was like, that's stupid. From Behind These Walls, stupid, bro. Think a new one. So they did. But the rest of them, I think, died or something or left the band because they had to go back to jail, I guess. But Radke, the Ronnie Radke, he's the original guy. He's the only original member. So I don't know if he did an actual Rose kind of thing or what, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, geez. And then it says for more, these are past members.
Wow.
Then there's a link for here's more members. Maybe he's just not a fun guy to be around. Maybe that's why he was in jail. He got a ticket.
Maybe.
For not being a fun guy.
From his music, you could say that maybe there's some mental health problems, maybe.
Okay. Well, there you go, jumping to conclusions again.
Well, I mean, if you listen to Voices in My Head and Popular Monster, it talks about mental health.
Okay. What album is that on? Because they haven't had a new album since 2017. That's the one with the alien or the space astronaut on the cover.
Maybe from that album then.
Coming Home, Just Like You, Neon Zombie. Well, they have a song called F You and All Your Friends.
Yeah, that was really good.
So it's not F U, it's spelled out.
Yeah,
F-U-C.
I get the theory.
Might as well add the K because once you go with the C, once you do the F-U-C, you might as well add the K because you've already spelled it, right?
Right.
Or is that Fook? I get so confused spelling that word sometimes. But okay, so they come out, they take the stage. They don't really say where they're from. They don't say they're from Vegas.
No.
That's where they're from. So you're completely wrong.
Damn.
Yeah, that's right. And they do, what, 6, 7 songs, 10 songs? They probably do
Probably
12.
like 10,
Okay.
12.
And they get their asses off the stage. They're like, thanks, Disturbed's coming next. They give them some love.
Of course.
Okay. And then Chi-Town's finest, Disturbed, takes the stage.
Yep. He did his first song. And then after that, he said that he had a sinus infection and almost canceled the show.
The fuck?
Which I was like, at that time, I was like, okay, go ahead and be like Corey Taylor.
Whoa. We'll get into that in just a minute.
But anyways, it was cool that he stuck it out and hung out and performed, you know. Instead of saying, oh, I'm sick, I can't do the tour and we'll have to reschedule it. last minute notice.
So he comes out. They come out and they just do a song.
Yep.
Then he comes out and he's like, "Hey everybody, this is David Drainman with Disturbed, and I got a sinus infection."
Yeah. He didn't plug his nose.
Oh, well, I was trying to do a sinus infection voice. Yeah, all right. Here's Stupefy. Walk, walk,
Yeah.
walk, walk. So it's more like that. It almost sound like chicken or
Yeah.
farm animals.
You could tell he was very flummy. Because when
Oh,
he tried
it's like,
hitting his high note,
It's like that.
yeah, he couldn't really do it.
Damn.
But, I mean, at least he wasn't faking it. At least he wasn't fucked up on stage.
Would you rather have him just reschedule? Give you like a real show?
Yeah.
I wonder if you could sue him for that.
I don't think so.
Well, Madonna, she's getting sued because she showed up like 2.5 hours late for her show.
Really?
And and there's a lawyer out there, which is crazy to me that I can be denied a medication and told that I can't have it because I'm a fat guy, even though the medication is going to help me with that. Nope, can't have that because I needed a obesity clause in the insurance for the company. But whatever, can't sue them for discrimination. Just burp,
Excuse me.
yeah, don't just let it go, man. It's just a podcast, and nobody will pick my stuff up to sue for discrimination. Which Michigan is one of like the only state. There might be another one that you can't discriminate on people for their weight, but whatever. No, Madonna's getting sued for being 2.5 hours late. Maybe it was 4, whatever. She was late for her show.
Wow.
And the ticket, I guess, is like a contract or something like, hey, boom, this is when you're going to perform these services. And sure, there's reasonable, like, oh, if you're 10, 20, 30 minutes late, sure, okay. But when you're that late, you're like breaking the contract that you had, the agreement that you had with that person who bought that ticket. So I think by him sucking ass, you could probably sue him, bro. You'd have to track down that lawyer that's suing Madonna or the lawyer that's working that case because I'm sure he would take it. And you could be like, man, he even admitted that he had a problem and he was not giving me the same quality that was on that CD.
But, at least, like I said, at least he wasn't all drunk or stoned out of his mind because they don't do that. They're all in recovery. They speak highly of people being in recovery from substances and mental illness. So,
That's good.
yeah.
That's the good part of the show, I guess. Did he do the same story as he did before?
Yeah, he played...
Same story? No, I didn't say played songs. I said stories.
Well,
you told me he was telling some story about this or that.
Well, he played A Reason to Fight, and then he went into a shorter version of what I seen last September about him talking about losing friends and family due to mental health and addiction issues, and about how he's clean and sober and lives to fight another day.
Which I guess, I'm not going to knock him for this because that was when he wrote that song, that's what it was about.
Right.
So it only makes sense that he wouldn't just go right into it like, all right, guys, 1, 2, 3, dan, 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 however the song goes. For him to just come out and say, hey, I wrote the song because this and that. I mean, of course he's going to say that every time. And you said it was a shorter version of it was.
Well, just the spiel after the song. But he did start the spiel with, it was the first time that he's been able to perform that song.
With a sinus infection?
No, without crying like a little baby on stage.
I wonder if he's used that. See, that's what would bug me. Like, if you've seen him before and he did that same thing and then said the same thing, like, that's the first time I've ever been able to perform that without crying.
Yeah, I don't remember him saying that in September, though.
See, like, that would bug me. I'm like, no, now you're lying. And he was probably hopped up on Sudafed. So he was out there pretty much on meth. Just stupefied. I'm not crying. That's good. I nailed it. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Props Sudafed.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, we already talked about Sudafed.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to buy it, so I don't know.
Not for Justin.
I don't know the benefits from it.
You got to see the boss man.
Right.
For that. And back in the day, man, I used to work in Tool and Die for like a hot minute. And they had these little, they call them, I guess, they were speed pills, but they were like sinus medication. They're little red things. And they just had them there. Just take as many as you want. Man, if you took like 3 of those, I did it one time. I felt sick as a dog.
Really?
I was just yeah, it was not good. I don't like that feeling.
Just spun out?
Yeah, but I don't even think you probably can't even get those anymore. But just the fact that back in the day, I mean, it was pretty much like, yeah, it was bad. But if you want to keep your workers working, keep a supply of those around. But now, I mean, I just can't believe that. It's like, hey, there's some meth over there. You can just have some and go to work. Okay, thanks. Yeah, because people would be like, man, if you're having a hard time staying awake, man, take those.
Remember when 357s were a big thing?
Guns?
No.
Oh.
The pills?
I remember Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
Oh, those made me sick as a dog, too.
With the epinephrine in them or whatever it's called.
I just couldn't do it, man.
That they outlawed. Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't do
Those
it.
are awesome.
I made me sick as a dog.
I loved them.
Oh, I hated them. I don't know, man. That stuff just wasn't my thing. Wasn't my thing. So Disturb gets done. Then did you like wait around to be the last one to leave? Were you the first one to the door?
Well, they got done playing their set and they didn't play Down with the Sickness or
what the? That's their jam, isn't it?
yeah, and everyone they turned on like the main lights above the stage, but not the house lights. I'm like, the show ain't done. I know he's not feeling good, but they're not done. And like, I bet you probably close to 1,000 people left the arena, and people are still chanting, and they ended up coming back out playing 2 more songs. They played Down with the Sickness, and I forget the last one they played, the name of it. I want to say it was like 10,000 Fists or something.
So, Down with the Sickness is the one that has the mommy.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have like a start, or is that like doom 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 doom? Or were they like playing that already, or did they just come back and got on the drums and was like doom doom?
Dude just got on the drums and just started playing it.
Okay, so it wasn't like, because I've been to a show before where then they'll pull up the lights, and you're like, all right, cool, and then poof, it'll go black, and then you hear the drummer like ding 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 ding, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually I'm backstage going, yeah. So I don't usually sit in the
Well,
crowd.
you're a professional radio broadcaster.
Yeah. I always had the VIPs. I don't know. Once you see VIP show, like you just don't want to go back to this normal, like I'm in the crowd. You just feel like so like a peasant. I'm kind of joking.
Carrie did say she wasn't going to purchase any more tickets without my approval, though.
Oh, she bought those
Yeah.
horrid tickets?
Yeah.
Did she think she was doing like something good? Carrie, what are you doing?
I mean, it was kind of like front of the stage, but upper back was like row M.
She didn't, like, you could see it when you picked the
Of
ticket.
203.
Like, was she like, where's the worst place we could sit? Right there. Okay, got them. Got 2 of them.
I almost
Like
busted out
$8?
the measuring app on my phone.
The tickets were cheaper than the actual charge. Like the Ticketmaster charge was more than the ticket.
No, it was like a $40 ticket.
Yeah. Damn.
But
For both of them, $40.
no, $40 a piece.
Dang.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but I would say it's the experience, but you've already seen them, and you were much closer last time, right?
Yeah, I was only like 30 feet from the stage when I seen him in September.
So that's why because the cute story of this is, which I'm going to get into right now, is you first kind of started talking to the woman you're dating now at that Disturbed show.
Yeah.
But you didn't see her there because, well, now we know she was up in the nosebleeds and your ass was down 30 feet from the stage. Now you know where she was. But then you were just like, oh, cool. And then it kind of, you guys started talking or, whatever about being there and kind of hit it off and
Right.
like Disturbed. So that was the cute part of the story.
Yep.
But it's cool, too, that she's now never going to buy tickets again. Like, you just hold on to your money, honey. You just tell her, just put that away. Let daddy take care of this one. Because You gotta get good seats. That's my opinion. If you're gonna go and do it, I mean, unless you're like, hey, last minute they're coming to town, and all right, yeah, we'll go see them. And like, if you're last minute buying tickets, then that's what you can get.
Well, if I go outside to Mount Pleasant, I won't buy the expensive seats up front close to the stage because their outside venue seats are like itty tiny.
Oh,
And my fat ass don't really fit into them really well.
yeah,
And you're so cramped standing next to the person beside you that it's uncomfortable.
yeah.
So I'd rather just get hill tickets and not pay the $100. Actually, I think they were $130 when I went and seen Disturbed the first time. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
but I took my daughter to her first rock concert, so I mean, I suffered
Yeah,
to make it a good impression for her.
you know, there's nothing wrong with the lawn seats, though, really. Like, if you just got the lawn, you're bringing a blanket and you're chilling. Like, I saw Leonard Skinner like that, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, once I left backstage, I was like, where can I go? Because I don't have a ticket. Let me just walk up here on the lawn and do hood rat stuff.
I'm going to go see them next August
Yeah, you told me about
in
that.
ZZ Top.
Why? ZZ Top. Like,
I know some of the members have died, but
Yeah, it was one of my best interviews, Billy Gibbons.
yeah.
Yeah.
I seen Leonard Skinner back in 05, right when I graduated high school. My mom took me down to Muskegon Summer Celebration to watch him.
Yeah, I saw them before, I want to say 99.
Okay.
Yeah. Same show. Well, now they got some new songs, but they're horrible. Oh, that's Toby Keith. Well, they do have a song that's like red, white, and blue or something. With a red, white, and blue. It's horrible. We had to play it because we had to play it.
Right.
You know, it's
kind of
Leonard
a
Skinner.
country rock song.
Yeah, and it's about the troops. And I don't know if I was in Kalamazoo when we played that, but it was just horrible.
Not one of their better songs.
No, it was horrible. Like,
Yeah, that was on their Vicious Cycle album.
oh, jeez.
That was the tour I went to.
Oh,
That
okay.
was the tour I went on.
Oh, gosh.
And when I
yeah.
went and seen him was called Vicious Cycle.
Yeah, I must have been working at WRKR in Kalamazoo then. Yeah, and we were like, why are we playing this? This is horrible.
Yeah, everyone played that song. And
It's like we were forced to. Leonard Skinner, man, about the troops. Like, oh, they got us. Damn it.
And back then, 9/11 was still really fresh. So.
Yeah. So it was still like, yeah, like Toby Keith. We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. Oh, Jesus. That's not really,
No.
shouldn't be. You know, but speaking of that, did you hear about the Navy SEALs who died?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of a tragedy, really. They were trying to stop, I want to say it was Iran and Pakistan, somebody over there. They were doing selling us some weapons, like, which is kind of weird, like Patriot missiles. Didn't we have those? So somehow we got rid of those, lost those or something? No.
Oh, well, we did lose a bunch of stuff when Biden first took office.
Oh,
to the Middle East.
He started doing some Trump investigating and noticed we lost a lot of missiles.
No, it was when he took over office. They kind of took over, what was that, Iran? That we supplied a bunch of stuff to. And
Years ago?
the terrorists just took it back over. Took a bunch of tanks and all kinds of different stuff.
Was it Al Qaeda?
Maybe.
Because Trump signed the treaty with Al Qaeda, which I thought was weird, and wasn't a big fan of that.
No.
Anyway, let's not get too political. But somehow, these Navy SEALs were over there trying to do this secret mission because that's what they do. They're pretty badass at it, and I guess the waves and stuff. They were trying to board this ship or something. I don't know. And one of them fell in the water. And I guess, their protocol is, well, you just have to assume they're incapacitated, so you have to go save them. So one guy fell and the other guy went in after, and they couldn't find him
Ouch.
no more. Yeah. So a moment of silence for them. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, there's.
It really is. But they ended up the rest of the team or whatever ended up getting the stuff that they needed to, and that's fine. It was like cruise missiles or Patriot missiles or I don't know, something like that. And so they foiled the plan of the evildoers.
I almost got beat up by this kid for snoring, but I was like 4 times his size. So I mean, yeah.
Sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a problem. Well, I'm glad that you had a good time and you had fun in recovery.
Yeah.
We're-
Anything interesting happened while I was gone?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
I kind of felt lost for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause you're here a lot.
I
And when
am.
you're not here, you're driving and you're just, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was good, relaxing days off, I think, but
I woke up yesterday and thought I was late for work.
you were a couple days late. No, it's cool to kind of go do those things. And, you know, I'm glad that you could take that time. And, of course, Corey Taylor, you were supposed to go see him in Grand Rapids on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And he said he didn't feel like it. Like, he thought about doing a tour, and then he's like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So they canceled it. And what I love about Mitch is that he sees the light on, because we have a light now, thanks to Adam. He bought me for Christmas.
Santa.
Yeah, Secret
Yeah.
Santa on air light that we can flip on, and we like have it all hooked up to the door. So we have a switch that we hit that lets them know that we're on the air, you know, when we're recording a podcast.
Right.
And you can clearly hear the vacuum going.
Yeah, I can hear it in the headphones.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So-
Mitchell.
I do appreciate that, Mitch. On Tuesdays, he likes to stay late to do his podcast.
Right.
Guess who's not locking the door next time?
Ah,
This guy.
I was born with mine, but I'm glad I can identify it now.
Yeah, it's called the penis, Mitch.
but anyways, back
Mitch
to
found
Corey Taylor.
Yeah, so Corey Taylor, he just said he didn't feel like doing it no more.
He claims that he has mental health issues. Was in the press release, and he chose to opt out of the tour to stay at home with his family.
Okay, well, that's good. And you can't really go against that.
No.
Like, you can't be like, oh, I hate that. Because, like, so don't start using his excuses when you don't feel like coming to work or anything. But I'm just saying, what do you say? What do you say to that? You know, like, hey, I'm having some mental health issues here.
Right. I mean, at least he's taking time to take a better self-care of himself and realizing that family could be a big part of that to help overcome whatever he's going through.
Yeah, and seriously, if you are having those issues, seriously, take care of yourself. You know, me telling Justin not to do that, you know, I'm just joking. If Justin really had those issues, he would come to me, I would think,
Yeah.
and we would deal with what we need to deal with. And yeah, you could have as much time off as you need. You know, you wouldn't be paid
No.
at a certain point, but that's what FMLA and like there's different things that can protect you from, you know, being fired or from losing your position. You know, like the company will have to welcome you back in that role in some kind of way, or they can make a new role for you, make a new position. You know, maybe that'll be easier for you. They can do that, but they can't just be like, you're fired.
Right.
They can, and in Michigan, they do all the time, and you can fight that. It's tough, you know, that thing that happened to me, that same exact thing, you know, where I was going through depression and I was like, I'm going to go get help. And then I get suspended and ultimately fired, and then told I wasn't fired, that I quit. I was like, wait, what? I called in sick, like, because I was having issues. Like, thank you, Michigan. I love this state. Let me tell you. Yeah, I still don't like that judge over in Detroit that did that.
Yeah, that's kind of BS.
Yeah, that was really stupid. But if you ever have problems, man, you know, you got to take care of yourself. And the way I look at it too, and a therapist at Pine Rest told me, that seemed like a pretty shitty place to work. Why would you want to work there anyway? And when I started looking at it like that, like, yeah, you're 100% right. Like what they did to me was wrong, but I don't want to work for those people.
No.
And looking back at it now, you know, like what, 6 years later, 7 years later, that had to happen for me to be where I'm at today. So just because something bad happens to you today, don't think that good things aren't ever going to come again. You know, maybe that's just what has to happen.
Exactly.
Whether that's you're going through a job, whether it's a breakup, whether, you know, you just had a relapse, you know, like just put it all together and realize that happened for a reason. Did you learn something? Move on. And then God will reveal his plan to you later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not up to us to know why.
Right.
We just got to know it happened and what are we going to do moving forward from that.
What was the lesson learned?
Mm-hmm.
What had to happen, you know? Recognizing the lesson that was learned, you know?
Yeah, and I still hold a grudge. And people are like, you can't hold grudges. And maybe it's not a grudge, but I don't like those people. I never will. And that's fine. But there was a time where it was toxic for me to even talk about it, you know, like what they did to me. And you just got to, and like I did, learn from it. And it took me a long time to be able to put that to the side, you know, and move forward
Right.
with it, you know, because I wasted too much energy on those people.
And sometimes it's even just starting a whole new routine can be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to give yourself time to form that healthy routine. They take a while.
Yeah, and if you want to break it down, like the therapist told me, is like what's really hard for you, Corey, is because you know I was in radio for a long time, and then I used my real name on the radio. I talked about my real life on the radio. Like that was an extension of me, and it was like they took that away from me. They didn't just take, hey, you're fired. You know, they took a part of me which I replaced now with a podcast. You know, that I used to get my stuff out and to entertain people and to have fun, and it's fun for me. Mm-hmm. You know, they took that from me too, and so for me to move into something else, like, what am I supposed to do now? You know, it was such a huge moment in my life, and I didn't know what to do.
Right.
And I thought I would go into Christian radio, and that only lasts like a second. And I was like, no, that's not ever going to happen. But then maybe I'll be a drug counselor because I felt good helping people. And a guy, again, at Pine Rest told me, he's like, man, when you talked about the donations that you raised for people down in Arkansas, when you did that food drive, when you talked about that, you just lit up. Yeah. He's like, there's just something about that you care. Like you like helping people. And I was like, yeah. So I thought, I'll be a counselor. I'll be a, therapist. And no, a therapist, you sit in a room and listen to somebody bitch all day, and you're not really, I can't give that life experience. Whereas like a recovery coach or what I'm doing now, if somebody comes in, I can be like, okay, man, like you're struggling. You're there. I was there once too. Here's what happened to me. Here's what I did. This helped me. Could it help you? Possibly.
Right.
But going out right now and using it again is not going to help you. And know this, and it's really kind of help people get where they need to go. And that's something that I can do. That's something that I love to do. And I think you love to do it too. I think Adam loves to do it. Mitch loves to do it. Mitch really loves doing vacuums.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I think it's because I gave him crap last week for not cleaning up after his music group.
So he's going to show us.
Right. You hear it?
Wait till Tuesday. Yeah, he's like, "Will you lock up?" That's what he said last night. I was like, "Sure." So I'm doing my podcast. I'm just going to keep hitting that door. Ding, 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 ding.
Come back 20 minutes later.
See, the problem, though, Mitch does like 4-hour podcasts because he does a podcast with his brother.
Yep.
It's called Redacted.
Mm-hmm.
And his episodes are long.
Well, they've shortened up quite a bit. The last two were quite shorter. This last one was an hour and 36 minutes.
Wow. See, right now we're going 40 minutes, and that's long.
Right.
And then we did an hour the other day, and it was funny because I was talking about, did you hear the podcast? I was telling Kim, and I was like, said something, and Adam was like, yeah, I saw that you did. It must have had Mitch on. It was like over an hour long. And I was like, yeah, actually, Mitch was on that one. But it was pretty funny, and it's nice to have fun with the guys and bust some balls a little bit. But I appreciate you coming in to work today and doing a hell of a job and telling your story about Disturbed. I think it helped people really understand where you were at in the crowd and that they sucked. But only because he had sinus infection.
Yeah.
They didn't suck. They weren't as good as they were before.
Right.
And it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a family recovery friendly show, Disturbed.
Yeah, he even brought some kids up on stage. Had signed autographs right on stage and dapped them all up. Got photos with them.
Nice.
That was pretty nice.
So bring your kids to Disturbed, and they might get on stage.
Yeah, if you're in the front row.
Oh, so a lot of people that pay a lot of money for their tickets then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I mean, it could happen.
it could happen. It could happen to you
Right.
if you have front row tickets and kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for tuning in. More episodes, 217recovery.com. Get the app if you don't have the app already. We've like 1,000 people have the app, which is crazy. Because I was like, I don't think we're going to keep the app, but 1,000 people, I guess we kind of probably need to.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, and make sure you, because I got a new phone and I wasn't getting notifications when I sent them out when we do a new podcast or add a video or whatever. So you got to go to your notifications and then you have to add like us. So you probably have to do it too.
Probably.
Yeah, so go to your notifications and allow 217 Recovery to send you them. And you'll be in the know. Until next time, have a good one.
Later.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Win a bunch of free shit from 217 Recovery. Go to the app or the website, 217recovery.com.